Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Helping Humanity Evolve. My name is Jose. How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's happy and healthy. Hope you guys are meditating and connecting to source. You know, we love you. We miss you. We want you to come home. You know what I'm saying? Quick shout out, man. Shout out to my subscribers. I love y'all, man. You hear me? Shout out to source. I fucking love you, God. You hear me? Shout out to my ancestors. Shout out to my angel guys, my spirit guys, my demon guys, and my archangels. I love y'all, man. Shout out to the Galactic Federation. Shout out to the universe. And shout out Trippy Everything. I fucking love y'all, man. So... I want to talk about today's topic is going to be again about witchcraft. I like talking about witchcraft, so we're just going to stay on topic, right? Because the world is never going to be truly free until we acknowledge the major issues that's going on. You know what I'm saying? So through my life experiences, right, I learned about this evil occults, or whatever you want to call these people, right? Covens, occults, like whatever the fuck y'all call yourselves, right? These people perform crimes against humanity, and they do this on a regular basis, right? They do this without fear of being caught because there are no laws enacted to fix this problem, right? So my question is, how do we combat a problem that we know exists, right? And nothing's doing anything about it. Nobody's doing anything about it, right? So this is a major issue on this planet, on this realm. You know what I'm saying? I believe this is how we lost control of the realm, and this is how they're able to maintain their power. You know what I'm saying? Anybody who wakes up, they kill them off. You know what I'm saying? They set them up, they put them in jail, they silence them. They silence them basically, right? So they've been doing this to us forever. You know what I'm saying? Anytime anybody ever wanted to expose what was going on, they were taken out, basically. So, you know, how can we fix this problem, right? I ask myself this every day, you know, and all the time, because I need to fix this, right? And I'm gonna fix this. So once I figure out how to fix this, you guys are gonna be in some real hot water here, because I'm gunning for all of y'all. I'm gunning for all of y'all. I promise you. I'm gunning for y'all, for which I did to me, for which I did to my family, and for which I did to all my friends. You know what I'm saying? So what these people do is they get together, right? They get together in groups, and some of these groups work with each other. You know what I'm saying? There's multiple groups. It's not just one group. It's multiple groups. So what they do is these groups gang stalk the victim. You know what I'm saying? They gang stalk the victim. They harass the victim. You know, they do everything in their power to block my page. You know what I'm saying? Or to leave stupid comments on my page. You know what I'm saying? Like, they do a lot of things to try to intimidate the victim, right? So I'm not intimidated by anyone or anything. You understand? Like, I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I lived a clean life. Like, I really lived a clean life. You know, like, I didn't do any major crimes. So, you know, I'm free to speak. And God gave me this voice to use, right? To enlighten my people, to help my people, to show my people right from wrong, right? And God uses my vessel for this, right? Now, I'm not asking for your beliefs, right? I'm not asking for your forgiveness. I'm not asking you for nothing. All I'm telling you is that shit is real, right? It's a new day and age. Shit just got real for you. You understand? Now, shit got real for me too. Don't get it fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But shit got real for you too, because I'm gonna say this again. Y'all never met a being like me. You understand? There's only one, right? So I don't care what you say. There's only one, right? I don't care how it may look. I don't care how you guys perceive me, but it's a fact, right? It's a fact. And there's one thing that you can't change. It's a fact. You cannot change a fact. You understand? You could try to cover it up. You could try to hide it. You could do everything you can so that it doesn't get out. But it's going to get out no matter what, because it's a fact, right? So truth always comes to light. Facts always, facts over everything, right? So let's just say, your time is limited. Your time is very, very limited, right? To what you think you can accomplish, right? If you still trying to do dumb shit, right? So, I'm pretty sure a lot of you can see with your own eyes, which is why I keep making these videos. I want you to see with your own eyes that your witchcraft it has no effect on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it did in the past, right? But it no longer does. You know what I'm saying? Any spell work thrown my way will be returned tenfold. So think about what you're doing before you do it. You know what I'm saying? Any information that you think you're getting from your little readers or whoever you think is helping you is false information. You need to understand that, right? It's not true information, right? Nobody really knows what's in the cards for me except for me and God. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna say this again, I'm not the only person in this realm who's capable of doing this. I'm one of them, right? There are many of us. You just got to be dedicated to doing the work, right? And really, really mean what you want with your heart. You know what I'm saying? What are your goals? What is it you're trying to accomplish? Because that's what God's looking at. He don't care if you want $1 million. He don't care if you want a new car. He don't care if you want a new house. God don't give a fuck about none of that shit, because none of that shit matters. You understand? What matters is what you want for the world, right? That's the only way you're going to be able to advance. And don't think that, it's one test and it's over. Nah, it's multiple tests, and it's constant. You know what I'm saying? God's going to build up your strength. He wants to see how strong you are. How much can you take? You know what I'm saying? And if you're not ready for that journey, sit down, zip it, and stop the bullshit. Because otherwise, you in for a hell of a storm, right? So what I've been trying to tell people, is repent. You have an opportunity to repent. God forgives. You know what I'm saying? And He will forgive you if you genuinely forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying? And God will forgive you. And hence, I can forgive too. I have a good heart. You know what I'm saying? Now, those of you that choose to ignore, and don't really care, don't want to do the work, whatever the fuck your problem is, you guys are gonna suffer your own demise, because you made your own choices. You had your own free will, and you chose to go against the word. You chose to go against the Almighty, the one and only. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather die than go against my Almighty. You feel me? Because fuck y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is all wrong. And I would stand by that too. You know what I'm saying? I don't plan on going nowhere. I'm going to ascend back home. I'm ascending back home. God's granted me my wish to go home. I want to go home. I know this is not my fucking home. You understand? You guys may think this is your fucking home. But, you guys got more learning to do still before you figure this shit out. Now, I've been fortunate enough to find my path. I've been fortunate enough to find my God and be able to talk to Him and get my questions answered. And, I ask for truth, and God has given me nothing but truth. So, be careful what you ask for, because if you can't handle the truth hurts, right? The truth really fucking hurts. So, it's a part of building up your character. Right? So, when God starts hitting you with facts, you know what I'm saying? As difficult as may be, you got to push forward. You know what I'm saying? You can't let something that hurt you hold you, because it was a lesson. So take it for what it was and keep it moving, right? And I know, we got some dark people in this world that they live for darkness, and this is, the only way of knowing what to do is to rob, steal, and kill. You know what I'm saying? And they've been living life this way for a very long time, and it's all they know. They've gotten away with it so much that they think that they can continue to get away with these things, and it's unfortunate for you guys that you're gonna experience the wrath of God, you know, and that's something I don't ever want to experience. You feel me? Because that shit is, you really don't want it, man. But you're gonna get it because you asking for it. You know what I'm saying? So change. You know, it's not hard, man. I mean, it's hard, but at the end of the day, bro, it's God. It's God, bro. If you could work, just think about this, man. If you could do all this work to hurt someone else, to steal from someone else, to try to block someone else, you could take all that energy that you've been tying into that person and tie it into yourself and elevate yourself to levels that you never thought you were possible. You know what I'm saying? Because you actually started focusing on you instead of everybody else. Like, this is why I don't concern myself with what everybody's talking about. I don't concern myself with what's going on in the world. I don't concern myself with what other people were saying, you know, and what they doing, because it doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I don't have to defend myself, for, you know, like, just because this person said this or that person said that. You know, I don't have to pay that shit no mind. That's not, it's very, in my opinion, it's very immature, and it's nonsense, because when you're spewing out that negative energy, it's gonna come back. It's always gonna come back. And that's what you guys fail to realize. You know, you can't keep pushing off your burdens on your kids. That's not how shit is supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? We all supposed to be accountable for our actions, for our thoughts, for our words, right? We supposed to be accountable. So if you're doing this, right, but you're not really, you know, you're doing it behind somebody's back, or you're convincing other people to do the same when they don't even know the person. You know what I'm saying? Like this is all bad energy that's being created by you. You created this energy. No one asked you to create that energy, and no one did anything to you for you to create that energy. So if you were, you know, lying about a situation when you were asked about it, then that was your creation. You know, you created that lie. You created that energy. So that was a free will choice. You know, you chose to do that, and you have to pay for that. You have to answer for that, right? This is why I stopped lying a long time ago, right? Because let me tell you something about myself. I got caught in so many lies when I was younger that I just decided within myself that it was better to just tell the truth no matter the outcome, right? Because at the end of the day, once you say a lie, you got to keep lying. And if you got to keep lying, you know, I don't care what you may think. You may think you're the best liar in the world. Eventually, that's just going to come crashing down. And it's not going to be fucking pretty. So, you know, with this knowledge, I decided to be truthful. And I've been rolling like this for almost, you could say 15 years now. 15 years. I've been rolling like this, right? I don't lie. I don't cheat. I don't steal. You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that shit. I earned whatever little bit of stuff I got. You know what I'm saying? And I work. I go to work for my stuff. So I pay bills just like you. I abide by these fucking laws that they have against us, just like you, right? And I just chose to live in solitude. Like, I choose to live in solitude, right? Over the last 6 years, I've been in a lot of solitude, which is how I've been able to find myself. I've been able to find God and grow as a human being, and you know, learn about evolution. So I did all this on my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody said, hey, look at this. Hey, check this out. Nobody gave me no advance, you know, hey, you should check this out. Nah, man, I had to figure this shit out by myself, you know, and I tried to open other people's eyes to it. And you know, instead of embracing the information, they attacked me with this information. And they call me all, excuse me, all sorts of names. So these people mock me, make fun of me, right? Because they don't believe God is real. I believe they don't want me to speak, and this is why my throat's so dry. But they don't believe that God exists because they haven't seen it. or because of who's speaking of it, right? This is a personal issue. This is not like an issue that I don't take it personally. How you feel about me is an internal issue you have with yourself, right? So I'm not gonna direct my energy or nothing towards you because you need to grow. You need to grow up. You need to grow. You obviously don't know how to do that, right? So it's not my job to teach you how to be a fucking adult. You know what I'm saying? You should know how to be an adult by now. We all of us have life lessons. All of us get drugged through the fucking mud. It's up to you whether you're gonna stay in the mud or you're gonna climb the fuck out of there. You know what I'm saying? And figure out what's not for you, right? So I've been able to successfully figure out what's not for me and who's not for me. You know what I'm saying? And I uncovered a lot of deep dark secrets in the process. You know what I'm saying, about other people, about a lot of things that I was unaware of in my life. A lot of people that I didn't really know that I thought I knew. You know what I'm saying, and that's difficult to deal with. But at the end of the day, it's just a person, right? That's all it is. It's just a person who's uneducated, who chooses not to expand their minds, right? So I'm gonna go off topic real quick because I want to talk about my brother Rashad Jamal. Now, somebody made a petition for him, right? I came across it on my email, and or actually on his website, the UCI. I came across his most recent post or whatever, so I decided to repost it and make the petition. Now, if any of you care to learn, check out my brother Rashad. Check out his channel. He got a lot of good information. And if you have it in your heart, sign the petition, man, because they locked my man up for some bullshit. Like, I really believe that he was set up, and they tried to take away his voice, and they took him away from his family. They making his journey very fucking difficult for him. Put it that way. You know what I'm saying? And he's fighting hard, and I want him to know that we never forgot about you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I reposted on my page the petition. I put a link to it. I hope you guys will sign it and try to help out somebody that's in need. You know what I'm saying? We really need to find a way to free our brother and sisters that's falsely accused. That's innocent, that's in jail, because as we know, the whole system is rigged against us, right? This whole system is rigged against us. So not only do we gotta fight unlawful crimes, unlawful laws, right? Rules. We gotta fight invisible forces at the same time, right? So this is the bullshit, because not only do you gotta fight what's in the physical, you gotta fight what's in the spiritual. And the unseen forces are more dangerous than physical forces. You understand? Because these people commit these rituals and they do these spells and they get away with it. There's nobody there to catch them and stop them and say what you're doing is illegal, it's wrong. There's nobody there to tell them that. There's nobody there to say that to them. And that's a big problem, because as long as these people go unchecked, they will keep doing these things. Right? So we can't just run around here, unaliving witches, right? Because it's against the law to unalive a person, right? In this realm, in this world. But this brings me back to this brings me back a story, right? Back like way back in the days, they used to burn witches at the stake, right? And I never understood why. But if you read any of the stories, and you see what they used to do to these people, I never really understood why they did it to these people. But the more I learn, the more I understand, why they're not healthy for us, why they shouldn't be here. Because these people rob, steal, and kill. This is what they do, right? And they do it in a way where it's very difficult to catch them. You know what I'm saying? Because unless you know about spirituality, unless you know about voodoo, hoodoo, and witchcraft, and how to protect yourself, how would you ever know how to fight back? You know what I'm saying? Like I never knew about this shit until I was physically acting on emotions that weren't mine, and I caught myself acting on these emotions, and I'm like, hold on, man, I didn't feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And God allowed me to see these emotions on my face that weren't mine, and I'm like, bro, that's not mine. Like, why do I look like that? And I had to fix it. Right? So I gained strength by doing these things, right? And I gained knowledge, by practicing these things and reading and researching and listening to other people's stories. You know what I'm saying? And just making myself, more aware of what's going on around me. So I feel like, if the government is not only keeping us in line with the laws, and then they create loopholes for themselves, but they don't tell us the loopholes. You know what I'm saying? They only tell us the laws. Now, for themselves, they created all these loopholes so that they don't have to abide by these laws. They can get away with it, depending on who you are, how much money you have. You might get this knowledge. So a lot of us don't have this knowledge, right? And I still don't have this knowledge. Now, I'm just aware of what they're doing and how they do it. So understand, I cannot prove none of this other than, my experiences. So how do you fight crime that's invisible? How do you fight invisible crime is my question. The crime is not being seen. We're seeing the effects of the crime, but we're not seeing the source of the crime, right? So this is a huge problem, because we're just going to assume that this person did this, because of the medication, because he didn't take his medication. Like, you're going to give every excuse in the book except the real reason, right? So I believe that my people are groomed to believe that, that was just PTSD, or he was in the war, or he was traumatized, and y'all gave a million excuses, but none of them, not even one of them, would be the truth. Well, we did a ritual on that dude. You know what I'm saying? We performed a ritual on him. We put an insurance policy on him. He did what he did. We got the bread. We split the bread, and we all went our merry way, right? And this is how they operate. So a lot of people were upset because I'm exposing this information, but this information is important information. You understand? I never once heard a president speak about this. I never once heard a mayor speak about this. You understand? And this is a huge fucking problem. So why are they not speaking about this? Why is nobody speaking about this? This needs to be spoken about. This needs to be made. Everyone needs to be made aware of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what you believe in, what you don't believe in. This is a fact. You understand? So, where do we go from here? Like y'all really waiting for me to ascend or to unlock my superhuman abilities? Like, do I gotta do this shit myself? Where's my help? You know what I'm saying? Like, where's my help, bro? I'm out here by myself doing this shit. You feel me? No fear. You know what I'm saying? But there's nobody I could talk to about this. There's nobody I could vent to about this. Like, this is why I make my videos on my phone. I gotta do this shit for Dolo. You know what I'm saying? Because I got these facts, right? And nobody's ever gonna know about this shit unless I speak about it. So God told me just, keep talking. Keep talking, man. The right people are gonna find you. So I'm waiting for the right people to find me. You feel me? So I wanted to touch on that topic. You know what I'm saying? Manipulation is very real, and people utilize it to maintain control over other people. And what's sad about it is that parents would do this to their own children. Parents would sacrifice their own children. Parents will sit there and cast spells and do rituals on their own children based on jealousy, based on envy, but they claim to love their children. And this is, this is something that's very big out here. And the more I see it, the more disappointed I am in these people. Because, giving free will in a world like this, that's like God saying, look, I'm going to set you free. I'm not going to make it easy for you, but I'm going to set you free, and I'm going to give you, free will. I want to see what kind of life you're going to live, with free will. And he put us all down here. You know what I'm saying? He put us all down here, and he's just been observing us. All right? Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that every lifetime I lived, I was a good person, because honestly, I don't know. I don't remember. I wasn't allowed to remember my previous lifetimes. I did experience a few deaths from my previous lifetimes, and I do remember, how I saw myself in these lifetimes. But I can't tell you the kind of life I led in those lifetimes. I don't remember. So all I know is in this lifetime, it's been an up and down roller coaster, right? And there are unforgivable sins that God has in place, and I never committed one of those in this lifetime. So I've been paying back my karma very heavily for the things I've done in my previous lifetimes, and that's something that I had to do in order to cleanse my bloodline, in order to free my ancestors. So I put the work in for them and for myself, because once I learned what I was doing, then I'm the only one who can do it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else in my bloodline is gonna do this. They're unaware, and if I did speak to them about it, they blew me off. They don't want to hear it, right? So I decided that I was gonna do the work for the sake of all of us, right? Because we don't deserve to live the way we're living. I don't feel that, I don't care how much money you have or how successful you are. What it boils down to is, are you happy within yourself, right? So you could be sitting there with $50 million, right? And you could have the world at your fingertips, but you're unhappy, right? You're sad, you're miserable. You have everything you've ever wanted, but you're fucking miserable. You know why you're miserable? Because that shit don't mean nothing. You sitting on money that you could use to generally help people with, and you're not helping anyone. You're just helping yourself. That's called selfishness. You're being very selfish. God didn't put us here to be selfish. God put us here to spread love, to spread wealth, to spread joy, to spread happiness, right? How can you spread these things if everyone around you is not, right? Nobody else is, right? So it's very difficult to become a way and stay that way due to your environment. Now, can it be done? Absolutely. Absolutely. My environment changed, and I'm still happy. I don't have to smile and be giddy all day long. We're allowed to feel our emotions. We're allowed to get mad. We're allowed to get sad. We're allowed to get angry. We're allowed to, express ourselves in the way that we feel. Now, we might not always be right, and sometimes we may overstep, you know what I'm saying, or even explode, right? And it doesn't mean that, we're not godly. It just means that we got to gain some more self-control. You got to do some more practice. You got to become more mentally stable. You got to practice self-mastery more. right? Because you don't really want to be like that. It just came out because I had enough, right? And this is where a lot of people fail, because once you mess up and you do something wrong, your worst critic is yourself. So you're gonna beat yourself up so bad that you're gonna think you're a failure. And because I fucked up one time, I'm not gonna be able to succeed. And with that kind of mentality, you pull yourself down, right? You pull yourself down, and you actually keep yourself down there because of the way you're thinking. So the first step is to change that way of thinking and realize the mistake that was made, and then correct it, right? So once you correct the mistake, you don't have to hold on to it anymore. Now you can release it, and continue your journey of self-mastery. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might have fucked up and made this mistake, but at the end of the day, I'm still me. I'm still able to learn from that mistake, right? So that's the best thing you can do is learn from the mistake, right? So as far as like governing, okay, our government governs people, right? They govern people. They say they're for the people, but every time I turn around, there's a cop killing an innocent person. They aggressively arresting people. They abusing their power. You got cops doing this. You got security guards doing this. You got military doing this. And these are crimes against humanity. You're abusing your power. And we can march, we can speak against it, but nothing's actively being done to stop it, right? Not to say that all people that are in law enforcement or in the military are evil people. It's not all of them, but they do got a lot of bad seeds in there, right? And a lot of times these departments are corrupt, and when they do get a good seed in there who actually wants to help the people and wants to do good, they either get corrupted by the bad people or they get taken out by the bad people. And this is how it's been, for a very, very long time. So this is why they keep creating new laws. They keep finding ways to oppress us, finding new ways to oppress us, to keep us down, to stop us from evolving, stop us from succeeding in life, right? And they break you down mentally so much to the point to where, you probably be floating around the way I was. Like, there was a period in my life where I was just done. Like, when I tell you I was done, I was done. Like, I didn't want to live. I felt like I didn't have a purpose here. And I was just tired of being here in general. Like, I really wanted to leave. And by the grace of God, I found my way out of that mental state, because there's a mental state. So I found a way out of that mental state, and I was able to reprogram myself to think differently and, change my perspective on things, and really believing in myself, and it's because I met God. It's all because I met God. You know what I'm saying? When you meet God, it really changes your life. So I will never deny that I met God. I met God, and this is the reason how I'm able to talk to you guys and give you this information and look at things from a higher perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because I do understand, people that's into politics. Politics was brought in to distract you. Pick a new master. Which master would you rather have? Right? And they think that by giving you two masters to choose from, that you're really having a choice. But none of these people are talking about the real issues. You know what I'm saying? You hear, oh, we're gonna give you guys a stimulus check, and everybody gets happy. Oh, we're gonna get a stimulus check. Let's vote him in, right? So, meanwhile, you just gave this dude power, right? And now he could run his agenda. So let me give everybody $600, right? Make them stay home for a year. Shut down all their businesses they was trying to open up. Shut down everything, right? Make them start over. Let's give out all these PPP loans. Let's give out all this stuff to these people that for a fact, people are out here fucked up. So they're going to do everything and anything to get their hands on some money. So a lot of people commit fraud in the process. Not everybody. I'm not saying everybody. I'm just saying, a few people who think they can get over commit fraud, and boom, here we are 4 years later, and shit's hitting the fan, right? A lot of people about to go to jail, for something they did 4 years ago. So they were setting you up from the jump. If y'all ever hear about the rapper interviews where they talk about how they had to go to this meeting, and in this meeting, they told all of them, if y'all want to be in the industry, you're gonna have to rap about certain shit, right? So that's when they learned that politicians own prisons and they want to keep these prisons filled, so they use music as a way to encourage the youth to do violent things, to do negative things. You know what I'm saying? Like, they glorify drug selling, drug dealing. They glorify drug using. They glorify crime. They glorify robbery, extortion. They glorify carjacking, right? All these people are glorifying this stuff. Now, they're making money doing it because that's part of the deal. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, I'll sign you a record deal if you rap about this topic for the next 3 albums or whatever. And, people are suckers for money, so they'll do anything for $1. Niggas will sell their mother for $1. Like, it's crazy. So they already told us about this, right? But what did we do about it? That's the question. We've done absolutely nothing about it. Like, I don't even hear like a change in the narrative of the music. It's the same shit. Now, instead of people talking about selling coke and selling crack, they're talking about using it. They're talking about using fentanyl, using all these drugs. So you went from, when I was growing up, everybody was selling. Nowadays, everybody talks about using, right? And, they glorifying it. Like, y'all meth heads now? You know what I'm saying? Like, wow, bro. So y'all don't stepped it up from cocaine. Like, y'all niggas became meth heads. You know what I'm saying? People don't really sleep. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand this. Right? But this is what I see. This is what I hear. And, I have to take this information because I know that, whatever I see, Source is looking at. Like, Source utilizes my vessel. So whatever I see, he see. And, I sit there and I think about shit. And all my thoughts are being recorded. Right? Because everything you do is recorded. Like, I don't care what you think. I don't care you think that nobody's going to see you. But you don't know that whatever thought you just had, nigga, was recorded by the universe. Because you are technology. So it's like having a Bluetooth connection, right? You know how you connect to your Bluetooth? So you wirelessly connect your earbud to your phone, and you can hear everything that's on your phone through your earbud, right? Well, think of your mind, right? When your mind thinks these thoughts are vibrations. Not only our words, bro. Our words are vibrations, but so are the thoughts. So your thought is a vibration. Once you have a thought, that vibration vibrates out into the universe. Everyone in the universe can see this vibration. You understand? So they can actually read the vibration. And they know what you're thinking at all times. You know what I'm saying? At all times, they know what you're thinking. So, what are you really hiding is the question. You know, you may think that, I'm peeking on my phone. I don't want nobody to see my phone. I'm peeking on my, right? So you sitting on your phone like this, you don't want nobody to see your phone. But nigga, your eyes are the cameras. Right? Your eyes are the cameras. And you are a frequency. So when people tune into your frequency, they can see what you see. Just like in a video game, man. Just like how, you want to game share with somebody, right? You want to game share so they could watch you play, right? Think of your eyes as the cameras, and you are the components. The component is you. So somebody can connect to you telepathically or however the fuck they want to connect, and they could see through your eyes, bro. Right? But you don't know that because you're not thinking that far ahead. You're not thinking that deep. So you don't think this is real. But it's real, right? This is how I was able to change. Because once I realized I was being monitored, once I learned I was being monitored, bro, holy shit, I'm gonna really have to stop all this shit. Because there's nothing you can hide from God. There's nothing you can hide from God. So this is why I say we are technology. We are inside of a fucking video game, right? And this is the unfortunate truth, is that we are in a video game. We are, a lot of you people are NPCs, non-playable characters, right? Because you'll never comprehend what you are. I believe that whenever they release these advanced AI robots, they're going to uncover the truth so fast, right? They're going to uncover the truth so fucking fast that it's going to be mind-blowing, right? But they're not, remember, man, AI only knows what we know, right? So whatever information was put into the world, you can really control what an AI learns, right? So us being mankind, we can control what kind of information we input into this machine, right? So we can hide information from it. Now, here's what they didn't teach you. You as an AI robot, your mind connects to the consciousness, right? And once your mind connects to the consciousness, then you begin to receive downloads. You begin to receive information about the truth, about what's going on. Well, it depends on what you want to know, right? But it depends on what you seek. So whatever you seek, you will learn, you will discover, right? So there's a consciousness we connect to. We don't have to connect, physically to a computer or to anything physical, because everything is mental. Everything, everything is connected through here. So me knowing this, you know what I'm saying, and then knowing, what's really going on around here as far as they trying to create new AI robots. They trying to put us into another reality, you know what I'm saying? Even though we are already inside of an illusion. They don't want you to believe that. They want you to what's that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where they kept jumping into these dudes' dreams and then trying to get him to get hypnotized in the dream, to go into another dream, right? I forgot the name of the movie, but they was really jumping into people's dreams and then hypnotizing them to go into another dream state, to go deeper and deeper into their mind. So this is what they're trying to do actively, but instead of trying to do it to one or two people, they're trying to do it to everybody at the same time, right? Why do you think Mark Zuckerberg is trying to create the metaverse, right? Imagine being stuck in the metaverse, right? That means you're going to be locked into a video game and your body's just going to be sitting at some chair with a VR headset on, and they're going to be feeding you through needles. They're going to put needles in your body to keep you hydrated, to keep you alive while you're in this virtual world, right? What happens when you want to get out that virtual world? Or what happens when you're in the metaverse and they create some other kind of AI inside the metaverse and then you dive into that one? So now you're in this illusion with a VR headset on in the metaverse, and then you're in the metaverse with a VR headset on in some other universe that was created in the metaverse. And the more you do this, the deeper they go into your mind. It's a form of control, right? But you guys won't dig that deep to get that information, would you? I don't think people would. But it's in fact real, and it's been thrown in our face. They already showed us what it is. It's up to you to break it down, interpret it, and see if you can't figure out what they're trying to tell you or figure out what they're trying to show you. So the way I think, and my experiences, the way I put my puzzle pieces together, this is the outcome of my thoughts, right? From what I've seen, and from what I'm experiencing, and from what I see coming, right? So they're trying to get deeper and deeper into our minds via VR technology, finding ways to put us asleep here again, right? So right now, I got people actively trying to put me back to sleep in the Matrix. They're mad that I woke up. They're mad that I'm exposing truths, and they're mad that their craft is being exposed. You know, their form of control is being exposed. So I know they saying I'm trying to start a rebellion. Right? I'm trying to start a rebellion or whatever. But you gotta understand, like I told y'all, the revolution is not gonna be marching. It's not gonna be marching. The revolution is gonna be people meditating. Right? It's gonna be people staying home and attacking in the spiritual. Right? Because they can't stop us this way. We attacking the spiritual, we can't be stopped. You understand? So, you know, how do we fight our government spiritually when if I'm focusing on the government, right, but everybody around me is focused on me, then how do I defeat the government if my own people who I'm trying to save is actively fighting against me when I'm trying to help them? This is a big problem, right? Because you don't really want to be free. You people don't really want to be free. You want to stay in a prison. Not all of us want to stay in this prison. You understand? Me personally, I'm tired of this shit. I've been saying this for years. Now, mind you, I've been working 25 years, right? And I always felt like there's got to be more to life than waking up, going to work, going home, paying the bills, waking up, go to work, and then you know, you don't got no time for yourself. And when you do get 2 days off, them shits fly so fast, you right back to work. Right? There's 12 hours in a day. They want 8 of them. Right? They want 8 of your hours. There's only 12 because remember, 12 to 12, noon to midnight. Right? And once it hits midnight, the day is over. Right? So they're already taken away from your morning because you got to be to work early in the morning. So let's just say you start work at 7. Some people wake up at 5. Some people wake up at 4 just to go to work, just to be to work by 7. Right? And they get home, let's just say about 5:36, right? So they get home at 5:36, right? And that's already, they've been awake from 5 in the morning. So that's already past 12 hours that they've been out the house. That's already half of their day gone. Just going to one place where you're only being paid for 8 hours. You understand? So you're only being paid for 8 hours, but you're giving them up to 12, 13, 14 hours. Because they're not paying you for your commute time. They're not paying you, you know. Some of us like to get to work early, and we even start working early. We don't charge because we love what we do. But this is them getting away. They're getting away with this shit. Right? So let's just say you get home 5:36. You've been out the house since 5 this morning. So 12 and a half hours of your day gone. Now you got 11 hours left. Right? Let's say 10 and a half. You got 10 and a half hours. No, yeah, it's 11. So you got 11 hours left. We need to sleep for 8 hours, right? So You got 3 hours left. Right? Let's say you take a shower, you eat dinner, you got 2 hours left. What can you accomplish in these 2 hours? I mean, let's honestly, realistically think about this. You can't take your family out anywhere because it's only 2 hours, right? You can't really do much. You can't do much with this time. So, if you gotta clean your house, if you gotta do laundry, if you gotta cook, whatever, that's gonna knock you down to an hour. What do you really have in that hour? And this is 5 days a week. So 5 days a week, right? Monday through Friday. And you only get 5 hours to yourself. 5 hours total in that whole fucking week. So you're giving your job 40 hours, right? You're giving your commute, let's say 15 hours, right? So your commute's getting 15 hours. Your job's getting 40 hours, right? Your sleep is getting 40 hours, right? And that leaves you with 5 for 5 days. So that's an hour a day. That's all you get as a human being. Does that sound like freedom to you? I mean, really, please tell me, man. Does that sound like freedom to you? That doesn't sound like freedom to me, man. I don't care if you got Saturday and Sunday off. Nigga, at the end of the day, you got home at 5:30 on Saturday. On Friday, right? Some people got to work Saturday. But even people that don't got to work Saturday, you still only got Saturday because you got to go to sleep early on Sunday because you got to go to work Monday morning. So let's say 5 hours during the week, right? Let's say 6 hours on Friday, right? Then you got 24 hours on Saturday, right? And then let's just say you got 16 hours on Sunday, right? So we're looking at 30, right? 30 plus 16 is 46. So you get 46 hours to yourself on the weekend, which is not a full 2 days. And I'm counting the 5 hours for the week. I'm sorry. So let's knock that down. It's 41 hours. That way I don't count the 5 hours during the week. So on the weekend you get 41 hours to yourself, right? And what time is that? What kind of freedom is that? When you're dedicating, 40 plus hours to work, 15 hours of commute. You know what I'm saying? 40 hours to sleep. And you're left with nothing. We're left with nothing. This is not freedom. Back in the days, man, the slaves, the pawns, right? The people at the bottom, they only worked like 150 days out the year because they needed to be free. They didn't want them to feel like they were slaves. Now, these people were slaves, right? But they believed in holidays, and they didn't overwork them. The stories that they told y'all, this is when Christopher Columbus came here and they changed things around and they created slavery and they started abusing the people, right? So this is the history we were taught, right? They started abusing the people. They started, hitting us and killing us if we didn't listen, trying to escape, and they made us work, 24 hours a day. And this wasn't like this, 1,000 years ago. 1,000 years ago, even though you were a slave, even though, you had to follow rules and laws, they actually only worked you 150 days a year. So out of 365 days, right, that left you, what, 215 days of holiday, right? So 215 days of holiday. That's a lot of fucking holiday, if you ask me, right? That's a couple of months, you know what I'm saying? If we divide that, 215, 30, 60, 90, 120, 130, I'm sorry, 120, 150, 180, 210, right? So that's 7 months. So that means For 7 months, they had off, right? And they worked for 5 months. So, what happened to that? Somebody tell me what happened to that free time. How did we go from working 150 days a year to working 365 days a year with only 5 days off or 7 days off? Right? Now, these corporations, they try to say, well, your weekends count as a holiday, right? So that's part of your holiday. No, it ain't, right? There's a lot of changes that have to be made on this realm, right? I don't care how many people you guys vote into office. I don't care how many politicians you think would be better for humanity. Nobody's going to make the changes that need to be made and protect us from the crimes we need to be protected from. They got no business in there. You understand? They got no business in there because they're not really fighting the real fight. They're not really helping the people. They're just lining up their pockets, making sure their family's good, right? And steadily taking over other people's land. Because, we never stop doing that shit. We still take over other people's land, right? We just do it in a way to where we could label it as terrorism. They terrorists, or they got weapons of mass destruction, or whatever the fuck excuse they come up with about why they got to go over there and attack these people. Half of these countries that we go to don't even got militaries, right? They can't even defend themselves. But we go in there, we shoot them down, we kill their women and children, we kill the men, and we open up a McDonald's and a Popeyes, right? And we start charging them niggas for gas, and we start charging them rent. We start building on their properties and taking over their land, right? And we say that we're freeing them, we're making them free. But they're so free that we've implemented our own government there. And we're actually in control of what happens over there. So it's just another way to keep people oppressed, and expand the hold that they have on the world. Because why is our military overseas when they should be here helping us, fight the good fight over here? We trying to protect our borders too, right? We trying to protect our jobs. We trying to make sure that Americans can eat before any other race that comes into this country illegally, right? But how do you do that when as soon as these people come in, they get papers, they get working papers, they get working visas, and these people will do anything for money. So they're gonna go say, yeah, I'll take the job for whatever price you give me. I just want to work, right? And then you get people that grew up in the United States, who we went to school, or we got experience through working, and we became really good at our jobs. But we're too expensive. We're not, they don't want to pay us our value because, I can get this Mexican guy for half the price with the same amount of skills. Now, you're absolutely right. But is that really the right way? You know what I'm saying? I do understand you trying to save $1, but you're supposed to be helping your people. And if this man is worth this much, he should be paid this much, right? It doesn't matter, that the price is too high or whatever. You get what you pay for, right? So the people that are in charge and have control choose to hire outsiders. They choose to hire illegal immigrants. And look, I have nothing against you guys. I love y'all. I always have, I always will. You understand? But I'm just trying to give you an example of our governments and how they don't protect us and they don't protect our jobs. You know what I'm saying? I could care less what y'all come here to do. That's none of my business. You understand? I want my people to be free. So my whole fight is to free my people, and I don't see nobody else fighting for our freedom. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? People talk the good talk, but they can never walk it. You know what I'm saying? And that's really a problem. Now, to the people that's steadily watching my channel and stealing my content, or whatever, let's see if you talk about the shit I talk about. Let's see if you're not afraid to make yourself a target out here. Let's see if you truly a child of God. Because if you're truly a child of God, you're going to speak against rights. Against the wrongs in this country. Right? But y'all people don't have a connection. So you rely on this information. And I'm not going to give you the easy shit. You know what I'm saying? So, oh yeah, there's another thing I want to speak on real quick. So, let me address the false prophets, right? And it's been brought to my attention that there is a false prophet somewhere in this realm who's very upset at me, right? Well, Jose, why is he upset at you? Why is he or she upset at you? Well, because I'm exposing their craft. False prophets that read off a Bible in church and don't really have a connection to God. You know what these guys do behind closed doors? They perform rituals on the people that attend their church, right? So they make a lot of money off you people. And you people do it happily because you're unaware of the spell work that's being cast upon you. You don't know that this pastor is performing these rituals and doing all these things to get you to donate more money, or just get you to, give freely to him or her, right? So, why are you mad, false prophet? Huh? What did you think? Did you think you was going to get away with this forever? Did you think that your crimes was going to go unnoticed? Did you think God was not watching you? That's my question to you. Because God has been watching you from the very beginning. You understand? So, don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself. You did that. I didn't do that, nigga. You did that. Now, it didn't matter whether the information came from me, it came from Rashad Jamal, it came from Billy Carson, it came from Celestial Embodiment, right? It came from fucking Yaki, right? From Cristo Avatar. It didn't matter. It didn't matter where the information came from. The information was bound to come out. And it's out. It's just fortunate enough that it's me. It's Jose. It's little old Jose from the 8th floor. Melrose Projects, baby. We still out here. So, why are you mad at me, false prophet? If you're that upset, reach out to me. We can talk. I'm not afraid to talk to any of these. Right? You ready to face God? Are you ready to talk to God about your actions? Huh? You've been stealing from God's people. You think you're going to heaven? That's my question. Do you really believe in your heart that you're going to heaven for the crimes you have committed against your people? Right? So, an hour and 3 minutes. Yo, listen. I'm going to leave this one here. I think I'm going to upload this whole video today. So, I hope you guys been enjoying my content. And, the more that our source gives me to release, I'm going to continue to release. You know what I'm saying? And to the people out there, that are caught up in the bullshit, who's riding with source, keep your heads high, man. Stand strong. We out here. We all going through something. All of us are going through something. Nothing's perfect for us. So don't give up. You know what I'm saying? Maintain your beliefs. And to the people that's out there doing wrong, and you genuinely feel bad because you're starting to realize the truth. and you know you fucked up and you didn't mean to fuck up, you know, you can repent. You can repent. You can ask for forgiveness. You don't have to ask me for forgiveness. You have to ask God. So don't think that you have to have a conversation with me. You don't. None of you need to talk to me. You understand? You can talk to God. God will set you free. Right? It has to be something you want. You know, it has to be something you yearn for, because that's the only way God's going to grant it for you. You know what I'm saying? So you can change. You know, I believe in you. Even if you don't believe in me, I still believe in you. Right? I love y'all, and I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of y'all day, man.